Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Bob here, back in Everquest as you can see, and this is going to be just a relatively short video, but it's just I'm kind of leveling up to 35 at the moment, but it's just a short video to say that there's going to be some more Totemic stuff coming up over the next few days. I'm kind of recording Everquest videos in batches at the moment. I'm not quite sure why, but I kind of get a period of 2 or 3 days where I've got time to sort of record a bit of a chunk like I did last time, and sort of, you know, had quite a few videos to put up in one go. But then since then I haven't recorded anything else, so I've kind of coming up to a time again where I've got time to do that. It's Wednesday the 30th today, so between now and Sunday, I'm hoping to get some time. I've got a few days off work, so in between family stuff, I'm hoping to have some time to record another batch of videos doing some Totemic stuff. I really should be cannibalising here. It's just rubbishly inefficient as a shaman, really, not to be on 100% health. That is just a waste of time, that is. So over the next few days I've got some more going to have some more sort of Totemic stuff to put up. I'm not sure what's part to do yet. I do have a bull elephant's tooth for that's one of the items you need for one of the pieces of armor. But I'm bound quite close to Raft Mountain, so I may pop over to Raft Mountains and kill some drake. I think I need a drake scale or something from some of the drakes there. So that might be the next thing to do. We'll see how it goes. But whatever happens when I'm obviously by the time the next video comes up, I will have decided what to do. Where are we here? I'm just killing gnolls at the moment. There's two of them. There's one spawns just right behind me there. I completely misjudged that one. I thought it was a bit closer to the house. And all I'm doing essentially is I'm dotting them up. I've got 2 dots now. Scourges, I've got a 34, and that's pretty awesome. So I'm scourging, envenom breath, and essentially I'll go and sit down. I'll do a bit of root rotting until about 50%, until the gnoll gets to 50%. Just so I make sure that I get 100% experience, and then I'll send Zaban in to act as like a small dot. I'm still kind of getting the hang of how best to use him, but at the moment for what I'm killing, I'm just finding it a lot more efficient to be doing this. So dot up to 50%, and then send him in to do a bit of extra damage. I'm quite surprised at how well he does actually. And it just makes you wonder how good the mage pets must be at these levels. They must be pretty awesome, I would imagine. But yeah, I mean, he kind of tanks stuff okay. You know, I need to buff him up a bit, obviously. But these gnolls do quite a lot of damage. And if I slow the gnoll, then I can send him in, and he does fine. Yeah, pretty good. But as I said, I mean the mage and necromancer pets must be pretty awesome at this level, because he's okay, and he's dark blue as well. I was quite surprised actually. I didn't think that he would be dark blue. I just expected him to be, although obviously that still means that he's going to be quite a few levels below me. But I was expecting sort of light blue pets all the time. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I don't think I'll root here, and this guy's going to be running in a minute, so no point really. Experience is good. I'm hoping over the next hour or so I'll get to 35. That's what I'm going to do first. Get to 35, then move on. I think there was a 50% experience bonus on, and I'm assuming that it is still on. I don't know exactly, but I think it probably is. So we'll if you want some XPs, then get playing, because that'll probably be a fine steel. Will it? Yeah, fine steel sword. There we go. Yeah, if you need some XPs, then get on. I'm not sure how long it's going to last for, the XP bonus. I think it's to just sort of as a welcome and a bit of encouragement to anyone coming from EQ Mac, which I think closed down, or is closing down anyway recently. This guy hasn't spawned yet. I'm not sure if he spawns here or if he walks over the hill. But we'll see in a minute. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'll probably have this video up before I do any more recording from a Totemic quest point of view. So if anyone's got any opinions on what I should go for next, let me know. I'm assuming it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I think at my level, looking at the quests, I think apart from maybe a couple of tricky areas, and obviously one of those was Kedge Keep in the last videos, I think I can probably cope with quite a lot of the stuff. So some of it's outdoors, which is fine. There's some bits in dungeons and whatnot. But yeah, but it all seems as though it'll be pretty awesomely straightforward. Hoping. You have to say that I was really lucky with the chest plate. But I think the Kedge Keep experience was like proper Everquest. You get there and you just discover that this is just crazy. But then luckily you happen upon someone who is there and is willing to help you out, and that's exactly what happened. But yeah, that kind of really felt like the good old days. Same thing again here. Again, I'm still kind of working out the best way to do things. I've played around a bit, and I've buffed different. I've used different buffs. I've cast different spells. I've done things a different way round, and this is kind of at the moment what seems to be the most efficient. I'm sure there are better ways of doing it. I could even do a bit of. I've kind of stopped tanking. I'm sure I could still tank when I slow these guys. I'm sure it wouldn't be too much of a problem, but I have stopped doing that. It's I think it gets to a point where it's just more efficient to be sitting on your backside. And I think that's kind of why I started the Shadow Knight. I think probably because I do love the Shaman, but there's a side of me that quite likes to be not sitting on my backside, essentially to be kind of in the face, doing some smacking it with something. That's I quite like that. So yeah, I'm hoping the Shadow Knight is something that sort of carries along as a secondary, something to do when I need something else to do. Essentially, I don't know if I've put any footage up of him. I might have done, but I do have a 24 gnome mage as well, who I kind of log into every now and again, but I try to resist those temptations of doing too much with lots of different characters, because it just means you don't get anywhere. I think the thing is if you're in it for the long term, as I think I probably am, and if the server's going to be here for the long term, then I guess level your character, your main character, get it somewhere, and then that kind of then gives you options to do other things, other characters. As you're going along, you might pick up a few bits to buff up something else with, to sort of twink something else. That's probably the way that I'm kind of looking at doing it, really. I think over the next sort of few months it's going to be I'm kind of thinking along the lines of a bit of leveling, a bit of Totemic quests, a bit of leveling again, a bit of questing, that kind of thing, just to keep things interesting. And in between that, I'll probably be playing another character. Hopefully it's Shadow Knight. I do quite like it. I love the ogre race as well. Not quite sure what it is, but just something about it I quite like. Yeah, so that's going to be my plans going ahead. And I think that's it probably. Killed a couple of gnolls. I think I'll probably end the video here. This was just a quick message to tell you what's coming up. I tell you what, I have to say. We watched a film last night. We watched Hänsel and Gretel, Witch Hunters, and I have to say it was one of the worst films I've seen for quite some time. I actually couldn't believe how bad it was. I think you kind of you're on a high. I don't know why I brought this up, but I was just thinking about it just then, and how terrible it was. But I think you kind of know you're on a hiding to nothing when you're when the film starts and it appears to be based in a it's based in a sort of a fantasy folklory European country somewhere, and immediately the people start talking like street talk. Everyone else seems to fit into where they come from, but the two main characters sound like they're just off the streets of London or New York, and you think, what's that all about? And it's so jarring and just really takes me out of the moment anyway. And you kind of know when that happens that you're probably on a hiding to nothing. You say to yourself, we were kind of committed at that point because we was watching it with my mum and one of my sons. So yeah, it wasn't something we could suddenly say turn this off. But it was pretty bad. It was terrible film. I think the saving grace probably was some of the scenery and the sets and the costumes are pretty cool. But that was it really. I'm not quite sure what I was expecting. Obviously not for it to be that bad. I quite like Gemma Arterton. She's a good actress, I think. But yeah, I guess she got paid a lot of money for that. And also the worrying thing was there's kind of appeared to be a setup for maybe for a sequel, which I don't think would touch with a 10-foot barge pole. The other thing with the film was I don't know if it came out. I think it must have come out after the first Kick-Ass or whatever. But I don't know if they kind of thought to themselves, either they watched Kick-Ass and they thought, oh, we can do a bit of this sort of edgy violence and sort of swearing, even though it doesn't fit in. That's fine. We can do a bit of that because it's cool and the kids like it. Or whether they just thought to themselves, this is really crap. So what we need to do is chuck in a load of blood, chuck in a load of swearing, and kind of dig ourselves out of a hole. I'm not quite sure what it was, but that whole thing where they tried to be a bit dark and edgy didn't work either. That kind of I felt that hugely backfired on them, because you watch Kick-Ass and within the world of the film, and the sort of the atmosphere and the way it's being directed and stuff, that kind of stuff fits in. But in Hänsel and Gretel fairy tale, it was a massively shockingly bad mismatch actually. And also it was quite weird. I mean, it was a 15, and it was also what I found quite strange. There was quite a lot of violence towards women. It's quite strong violence, some of it, and I kind of thought for a 15 that was probably not. I'm not quite sure if I would have rated it at a 15 myself. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a massive horror fan. I watch pretty much anything really, but there are certain things where I kind of think, well, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Certainly not within the context of the film. It's quite, that was quite weird. But anyway, I thought I'd bring it up because we just found it was just an absolutely terrible film. But we just kind of were locked into watching it. That was just how it worked out. I think I'm going to watch a bit of. I think tonight we're going to have a bit of Frankenstein. The classic. Is it the classic Universal? Isn't it? I think it's Universal. Yeah, the classic Universal bit of Frankenstein, Boris Karloff, just to wash away the horrible taste that that film left. Yeah, it was really bad. Anyway, guys, after all that, a bit of film review as well. I think I'll end that video. And I'll see you over the weekend with some, well, actually over the next few days with some Totemic stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.